KD
That beat is fire.
KD
That beat is fire.
Dom de Marco.
That beat is fire.
Yeah, here we go. Your mama sure does care about your schooling, son.
You bring American money?
Voch is actually like one of the most entertaining people I watch.
You know you like to get wet though. hear what I said?
Beats Planet.
What's up, y'all? First and foremost, shouts out to all the essential workers at the Blue Flame that's working essentially. It's just been a minute, man. It's been a while. Did you hear what I said?
Did you hear what I said?
It's been a minute, man. Welcome. Yo, listen, man. I almost hopped on the social medias today. I almost hopped on my YouTube community page and I was like, you know what? I haven't streamed in so long. I was going to have my return stream as a Salt and Pepper Lounge stream. That's what I was going to do. I was going to warn everybody that this was going to be a Salt and Pepper Lounge stream. The problem with warning y'all that it was going to be a Salt and Pepper Lounge stream, boy, y'all would have thought it was April Fool's, man. Come on, dog.
Did you hear what I said?
Come on, dog. The love pieces, ladies and gentlemen. Tip your waitress. Get some water. Make sure all the ladies are seated. Make sure they all got chilled beverages. And make sure that they're all snug as a bug in a rug. Please. Fellas, y'all can do what you like. We back with some work for y'all. Y'all ready? Boy, we got Z coming back. What? I just knew Zeke was going to be in the XFL by now. Picking violence, Jim Koger, Sadiq up in here, Sheila, Twyman, Nick, Marcus, Mr. Clemson. Oh. Come on, man. Listen to my band, bro. Y'all doing all right? If I said my name right, you goddamn right.
Did you hear what I said?
Damn right I did. This is what we got for y'all today. We're gonna be looking at some mock drafts today. Chat, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all straight? Y'all doing all right? Hey man, just here to get a little bit of work in today. We ain't doing nothing else. It's been a while since I stepped in front of the camera to do a little work for y'all, but I just refuse to talk about Dak's money like that. Let me get that out the camera. Nobody need to see that. I just refuse to talk about Dak's money in that way. I mean, I've talked about Dak's money before, but a lot of this was just useless Dak talk, you know? A lot of the, you know, Jerry Jones stuff. Yeah, we all mad. We all upset. I just didn't see a benefit in reacting to it. We've been blessed with a fantastic reset period, which is now. We got what? 4 more Thursdays to go before draft gets here? Y'all know I'm at hard work. I'm at hard work. I'm working hard. I'm hard at work. There we go. Y'all know I'm hard at work trying to get all of us ready, get all of us prepared. Listen, before we get started reacting to the mocks, I have, you know, taken it upon myself to bring some guests on to the show. Now, I don't want to say who's coming on to the show because I might jinx it. I'm from Mississippi. I'm still kind of superstitious in that way, but some good shit is on the way. You understand? Some good work is on the way. You understand? This is what we got on tap for y'all today. Because I'm not going to talk about like nonsense Cowboy stuff. I would like to give y'all real takes and information. Aislinn, what's up? Hurricane Lane, what up? So what I wanted to do today, I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I found 6 Dallas Cowboy mock drafts. Okay. I found 6 of them. And I want to give you my reaction to the intellectual properties that is these people's mock drafts. Some of them are interesting. Some of them are nonsense. Some of them are a fantastic troll job. But we'll cross that road whenever we get there. Let me just take 2 seconds to pause my lovely jazz music for a second. Let me just. No loud sounds. VOCHLOMBARDI. Thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all to pieces. Be sure to hit all the like buttons, hit all the subscribe buttons, all the buttons. We need the buttons to be hit, okay? Love y'all to pieces. Let's get into it. We ain't doing nothing else as I take a sip of my water. I know how these funky mock drafts go. Yeah, you know. No loud sounds, by the way. No loud sounds. No loud sounds. I do have my phones lit, so if y'all want to call into the show, the number's there. Go ahead, take it now. Because once we get into the mocks and things like that, the screen's going to be taken, okay? So just take care of your business. 202-926-1127, access code 309-104, okay? Let's get into it. So I just simply want to evaluate the pick, okay? But after I look at the pick, I want to look at the surrounding picks so I can know if I should properly be a hater or not, okay? Because sometimes I see a lot of mock drafts to where our pick doesn't make sense. And it's like 5 dudes behind us that I would rather take. I just want to make sure that we good on that. 1, 2. We'll start here because this is the one that's making all the noise. This is the one that's making all the noise here. Eric. Can everybody see here? Do I need to zoom it up a little bit for the OGs in the back with the bad eyes? We good? Y'all let me know if we're visually okay. Y'all just let me know if we're visually okay. I ain't gonna make it too big because I can't cover me up. I can't cover me up. What's wrong with y'all? Zoom in a little bit. Okay, how about this? Let's just do this a little bit. Let's do this a little bit. Let's move me over. That's the best I could do. That's the best I could. The best I could do is move me over. All right. That's straight. Everybody in the back, y'all good? The OGs with the bad eyes, y'all straight? Let me know where we at before we move on here. Let me know that the visuals are okay. That's good? That's good? All right. Damn, I hate this pick. I'll tell you why I'm not the biggest fan of this pick, okay? First of all, I don't dislike the player, okay? I like Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas is a good player. And don't get me mistaken. If Brian Thomas were to be on the Dallas Cowboys, I would be excited. And I think he would make a really good impact. But when you draft, there's a lot of dynamics in play. There's a lot of politics in play. There's a lot of negotiating. You know what I'm saying? Treacy Whiskey, what's happening? There's a lot of, you know what I mean? There's a lot of decisions to be made. Here's one of them. The Cowboys got to trade up to the 19th overall pick from 24 to get Brian Thomas Jr. The first thing you got to do is you got to ask yourself, do you like Brian Thomas Jr. enough to give up a pick to go get him? Do you hear what I said?
Did you hear what I said?
And you know what I can't stand is they prove your point when you read the breakdown. The Cowboys don't have a ton of picks. Wow. The Cowboys don't have a ton of picks. The Cowboys don't have a ton of picks. Of course they don't. The Cowboys don't have a ton of picks laying around, but I could see them being aggressive with Thomas surprisingly still on the board at this juncture. Cowboys don't do aggressive in the first round. Dallas really needs to add pass catching threats and might have to trade up to ensure landing one like this LSU product. He's an explosive talent who can shield CD Lamb from seeing so many tricked up coverages. Let me just see something real quick. Eric Hold'em from the NFL. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Hold on, I don't want to be disrespectful for nobody. Let me go find his Twitter. I just need to see what the business is real quick. Eric Eldham. What his name? Eldham. I need to see him. Oh shit, he follows me. Hey, yo, Eric, my bad, dog. Yo, hey. Hey, big dog, my fault, man. Hey, my fault. The hell he following me for? That's strange. Power rankings and NFL draft, NFL media. Okay, cool. He's a Chicago guy. Okay. I would love to ask him why he got my Cowboys giving up picks to go get a wide receiver. And look, this is another one of my biggest gripes about trading up to go get Brian Thomas. Now, like I said, I like the player, but we don't have a bunch of picks. Cowboys are trading up, but in this class in particular, you don't need to give up picks to go get a wide receiver. If you were to keep your picks and just hang around, right? A.D. Mitchell, Ladd McConkey. I'm not a big Troy Franklin guy. Roman Wilson, Ricky Pearsall. I'm not really a Jermaine Burton guy, but he's there. Keon Coleman. I'm loudly advocating for Jalen Pope, wide receiver from Washington. Xavier Leggett. I would loudly advocate for him. Jalen McMillan, Xavier Worthy, day 2 somewhere. I would loudly advocate for either one of them. Tez Walker, Malachi Corley. Y'all don't understand how loudly I would advocate for Malachi Corley. Jerry Rice, little boy. I mean, he's cool. Jacob Cowing, Malik Washington, Javon Baker. Man, there are so many wide receivers throughout this draft, and I think the bulk of the best of them. I think the bulk of the best of them are going to be right around the second round, third round, right? So if this is just me moving from 24 to 19, you giving up your third round pick? Chad, let me ask you a question. You giving up your third round pick to move from 24 to 19? Because we ain't got a fourth. I don't think LA would take a fifth to let us move up 5 spots like that. If we could trade the fifth to move up 5 spots, they could have the fifth. I'm just go get a stud if they there. But so I'm assuming what we have is we're giving them the third round pick. And I like Brian Thomas, but he's not worth the third round pick. I can make an argument. I can find a receiver in the third round that's on par with Brian Thomas. let's say Malachi Corley in the 3rd round, because y'all know I love him. But I get to keep my pick. Let's see. Jackson Powers, let's just say we kept 24 in this particular situation, right? So we lose Powers Johnson, we lose JC. I'm not Nate Wiggins guy. I would love throwing on him. Yeah, when he goes to Philly. Cool, but ain't cool. So you mean to tell me Liatu Latu is there? Graham Barton is there. This is 24 and back. Graham Barton is there. Chop Robinson is there. And I ain't taking Chop Robinson early. You know what I'm saying? Armarius Mims is there. AD Mitchell is there. I'm not taking Xavier Worthy that early, but you know. Y'all see my point here. I'd rather just keep the picks and just take somebody behind, just take somebody 24 and back. I'll just keep my picks. Hey, but shouts out to Eric Hold'em. I didn't know that he followed me on Twitter, so shouts out to him for supporting the work and the movement and all that. But boy, let me check out his 1.0 mock. Let me see what he had Cowboys taking in the 1.0 mock. Let me just see something real quick. All right, Marius Mills. All right, cool. Okay, cool. All right, appreciate you, Eric Hold'em. Eric Edholm. Let's move on. Who is this? With CBS, Chris Trapazzo. Chris Trapazzo. Let's see what the business is with him. If y'all want to call into the show, numbers 202-926-1127, access code 309-104. Y'all know me. Chris Trapazzo. His headline says, Cowboys and Lions make big splashes to improve offense. NFC teams move all around the board. Not all around the board.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up.
Shouts out to We Them Boys. He dropped 5. Lack of free agency moves for O-line means we're drafting O-line at 24. No more first round fantasies this April. I mean, I disagree.
Happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened.
I'm gonna answer your question after the show. 24 for Xavier Worthy is a little high for me. 24 for Xavier Worthy is a little high for me. If this was a functional front office, I'd send a third to get Brian Thomas Jr. in a heartbeat. Really? That's interesting, brother Toxic. I can't agree. I cannot agree. Because if you give me Ricky Pearsall, I'm fine. You give me AD Mitchell, Keon Coleman, I'd be fine. That's interesting. It depends on how you value your 3rd round pick, I guess. Why can't the Cowboys add a young elite burner to the receiver group? Worthy is in a state. Worthy staying in state would be fun for Dak Prescott. Okay. And look, I like Worthy. And look, honestly, I'm not the guy that's putting Worthy in the same category as Jalen Reagor now. I think he's different from Henry Ruggs and those characters. And somebody said John Ross and them. I think he's different from them. I think he can actually play football a bit better. He runs routes better than those guys. He catches the football away from his body. And boy, you'd be surprised how bad Quinn Ewers is until you start watching Worthy and Mitchell film. Quinn Ewers be having the football all over the place. These ads are vicious today. Hey man, they all over the screen. My fault. But Xavier Worthy's not a guy that I'm drafting at 24. If it's up to me, let me see who's behind him. Braden Fisk, Darius Robinson, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Johnny Newton, Lab McConkey, Armarius Mims. I took Mims there. Xavier Leggett is a 1st round pick in this draft. How do I feel about a Duran trade? We'll talk after the show. Bland? We'll talk after the show. I will say this. This is the second mock draft where I've seen Kingsley Sewell-Matea drafted by the Chiefs at 32 overall. I wonder if that means something. Boom, boom. Reaction to the Cowboys. Boom. Boom. Let's see. All right, we'll do that later. So let's see what we at. Let's see what we at. We back. We back. April Fool, April Fool, hey, April Fool. All right, hey. I was fooling y'all. Ha. Those is jokes, nigga. Hey, look, that was on purpose. Now, look, I even paused the jazz music. You know what I'm saying? I even paused the music. That was on purpose. Hey, goddamn. Hey, man, y'all was tripping, dog. Y'all was scared as hell, dog. Come on, man. Y'all know Voch ain't gonna do that. It's April. Come on, man. Y'all ain't know. My fault, man. I really had y'all going for a minute. You really thought. Hey, man, we'll never have something so raggedy happen in the Salt and Pepper Lounge like that. Come on. What was I doing? What was I talking about? Boy, I just pranked y'all so bad I forgot what I was doing. What we doing here? Window. There we go. Man, come on, man. I was fooling y'all. Those is jokes. All right. Hey, man, we just had a little hiccup with the internet, dog. Y'all know how it goes. We just had a little hiccup. But yeah, man, Xavier Worthy. What was I saying? Yeah, it's so many wide receivers that I think are better than Xavier Worthy. I like Xavier Worthy, but I think that there are so many. I think that there are so many other wide receivers that I think that are better than him. Now, if we get to the end of the second round, end of the third round, or something like that, then Xavier Worthy's here for us. Yeah, we can have that conversation there. But I'm just... Okay, now we getting all the gigabits. See, we wasn't getting them at first. We had a little setback with the gigabits. Now we getting all of them. Psych. Okay, good. But back to what I was talking to. What was I talking to? I was talking to Toxic Tom, right? Or what's his new name? Let me see what Toxic Tom's new name is. But he was saying that he would gladly give up a third for Michael Thomas. Look, I love Brian Thomas. I like Brian Thomas also. I just don't think it's worth giving up my third, especially when I'm trying to use that third to possibly get a linebacker or possibly get a running back or possibly get an interior offensive lineman. We're already short on picks. So if you can convince me, like we pull some Kevin Costner, like we trade back, get some more picks, and then we trade back up with some of them picks, but we still got some picks left over, something like that, then you know, if this was a comedy program, I would make that trade. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Let's move on to the next one. But I like our Marius Mims, though, man. And I'm gonna talk to one of my guests about this when it's time to have them on for the show or whatever. Or I see the internet glitching again. If it's over, it's over my fault. If it goes away, we just gonna leave. But man, I was not upset, but I was like, man, if Terrence Steele could play left tackle, this will solve a lot of our issues here. If Terrence Steele could play left tackle, I don't think he can. Let's see. KD Drummond, shouts out to him. He's our guy. He holds us down over here in YouTube land. KD Drummond did a 2024 NFL mock draft where he trades Dak and CD Lamb. Let me tell you why I think this is bona fide hilarious, because he's definitely seen somebody on social media just says, hey, blow it up and we'll just restart. Blow the whole thing up and we'll just restart. Where's your backup? You a rookie. Appreciate your cool hand, Luke. I'm gonna read that back at the end. How can I get rid of these ads, man? These ads doing too much. Boy, people trying to get their money, you hear me? People trying to get their money, you hear me? The Cowboys all in. It seems like the team isn't as good as it once was. Fans be mad as hell. So in KD's mock draft situation, right? This is what he did. He traded Dak Prescott to the Vegas Raiders, and we got back pick 13, 44, 112, next year's first and third, and the year after that, we got another second round pick. Chat, let me ask you, is that enough compensation? I know a lot of y'all hate Dak Prescott and y'all will give him up for a fourth round pick. But if Dak agreed to play in Vegas and we did trade him, and the compensation ended up being 2 first round picks, a second round pick, a third, and a fourth. Pardon me, two first round picks. I'll say it like this. In 2024, a first, second, and fourth, 25 a first and third, and 26 a second. Is that enough for you if we gave up Dak Prescott to the Raiders? Is that enough for y'all? Because Deshaun Watson got 3 first round picks, and he was in the middle of a scandal. Eastside Harold's just mad because our quarterback is better than his. But Eastside Harold doesn't exist in real life. He's a Cowboy fan that's posing as a Texans fan. That's not enough. But anyway. And then in a continued effort to blow it all up, we trade CD Lamb also to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And CD Lamb nets us the 20th overall pick and the 84th. That's a first and a third. Katie said it'll be similar to the AJ Brown trade. So chat, this is what he ends up doing, right? And then he goes through a little mock draft. Also, too, he got JJ McCarthy going to the Washington Football Wizards. Boy, would it make my day if Dan Quinn and them drafted JJ McCarthy. Boy, we're gonna be straight for a while versus those guys. And as we continue to go through the mock, just regular mock draft stuff. If y'all want to take a look at KD's entire mock and his entire article, there's the link in the chat right there. Go over there and hold down KD, man. Support him. Show your love to him. He shows love to us. Oh, okay. So we got, my bad. I'm up here looking for Dallas's pick. We traded up. So Dallas has the 5th overall pick in all this, because eventually what we do is we call the Chargers and we say, hey, Chargers, we got 13 and 24. And next year's 4th. We would then receive a 5th. Damn. We would receive a 5th. We would receive the 5th overall pick 105, and a 3rd round pick next year. And we will settle with the 5th overall pick and we'll draft Jaden Daniels. So we get worse at quarterback, but we got a bunch of picks. And then we take pick number 19, and somehow Olu Fashino has fallen. To the 19th overall pick, and Cowboys draft their future quarterback and left tackle right here. KD wild for this one. Let me just take a look at this, man. Let me see what the final compensation was. So at the end of the day, the Cowboys, with trading Dak Prescott, trading CD Lamb, the Cowboys get the 5th overall pick and draft Jaden Daniels, the 19th overall pick and draft Olu Fashino, We draft center Zach Frazier with the 44th overall pick. The 56th pick, we get Keon Coleman. Running back Jalen Wright with the 84th overall pick. Jacob Cowing at 99th. Maurice Liefe, Notre Dame linebacker, goes 105. Safety Kalen Bullock goes 112. Jordan Jefferson goes 174. Big body. Jalen Ford, linebacker, Texas, goes 216. He's really like a safety kind of, sort of. That'll be interesting. Rasheen Ali from Marshall, haven't seen him, and Jordan McGee from Temple goes 244th. And then next year we get an additional first, and we get two third round picks. The Raiders first round pick, and we get the Raiders and the Chargers third round pick. And then in 2016 we get the Raiders second round pick. Chat, I love Dak Prescott. I don't know. Chat, what y'all? That's a hell of a look. So look, if all this happens, and you get Jaden Daniels at 5 and Olu at 19 and Zach Frazier at 44. And you just let me make the rest of the picks, because I would want to make the rest of the picks. Hey man, that ain't a bad little trade, man. I'm gonna miss Dak and CD, but shit, I'm gonna take one of these picks next year and go get a wide receiver or something. Hey, Chad, I thought this was an interesting exercise, man. I thought KD really put time into thinking of the numbers and making sure all the trades make sense. I'm not sure that Olu Fashiono is going to fall that far. And I'm not the biggest fan of trading Dak Prescott in general. I think once you got a quarterback that's in the MVP race, just kind of hold on to him. That's just what I think. You get your franchise left tackle and center to go along with your two All-Pros and Terrence. Hey, I don't know, man. What's that? Let me look at this mock real quick. Let me. Why did Olu fall to 19? Let me see something. Caleb, JJ McCarthy. Drake May goes to New England. Marvin goes to a team with a quarterback. Gerard said, who's throwing the football? Jaden Daniels throwing the football. Hey man, look, I can't stand by this with great confidence, but boy, but look, if you're gonna do this, just fire Mike McCarthy. If that's gonna be, just start over. Go hire Houston's offensive coordinator. Come on and be the head coach. Go find you one of these proven coordinators that can make the offense, you know what I'm saying? Bring back Zimmer for another year. This will never happen, but shit. John G, E2, what up? Hey, this will never happen, but shit. I'm gonna cry real tears when Dak gone, but boy, this website's struggling to load up with all this information on it. That's a hell of a little haul, man. Hey, let me put the number back up here. If y'all down with that haul, I want to hear what y'all got to say. Call in if you down with the haul. 202-926-1127, access code 309-104. I'm gonna get into the phones in 5 minutes. Hang tight. Get your spot. 3, 2, boom. I'm gonna leave that up there just in case we need to come back and look at it. Sportsnot.com has us taking Jackson Powers Johnson here. They did a 7th round mock. They did a 7-round mock, so I'm cool with Jackson Powers here. Cool with Jonathan Brooks here. I gotta see what the ACL is like, and I think that's everybody's concern. I love Michael Hall though. I love Michael Hall, and I don't see a whole bunch of people talking about Michael Hall. Chat, have y'all seen film on Michael Hall? Psh, hold on, I got some. Let's see. Desktop, draft, D tackle, Hall. What I gotta go to? OBS. Boom. Boom. Michael Hall played for Ohio State. And there's a lot of guys this year that kind of fit in that, you know, Aaron Donald walks, so a lot of these guys can run and fly. So the smaller defensive tackle can run and fly. You know, Illinois got a smaller defensive tackle. Texas got a smaller defensive tackle. Brandon Dorlus is relatively a smaller defensive tackle. LSU got a smaller. They got two small defensive tackles, and they just take turns being small. But Michael Hall Jr. was a player that I remember watching early, just as a D tackle prospect. I was like, "Hey man, this Michael Hall kid better than some of these other D tackles that y'all trying to get me to love." And if you get this dude in the third round, it'll be cool, man. But the Cowboys just we just can't help ourselves because we don't need 3-tech help. We actually do need 3-tech help, but we're hurting for 1-tech help. We're hurting for 1-tech help. So Michael Hall really not gonna help you there, but I'll take him though. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I hate all these picks. I hate all these picks, dog. Darius Muasuau from UCLA is pretty solid. I'm not watching nobody from Holy Cross. I'm not watching nobody from North Dakota State because they don't want to get a film out. And y'all know I hate corners. But it's okay. Can Byron Murphy play 1-tech and 3-tech? Well, in college, Byron Murphy played 1-tech and 3-tech, but I don't recommend him playing 1-tech and 3-tech. I think he's a solid 3. I had this pulled up, Jordan Morgan from Arizona. This is from SI. Who wrote this? Luke Easterling. Okay, cool. I like Jordan Morgan, but the Cowboys view him as a guard and not a tackle. Trust me, I know. I asked somebody, and they asked 6 people. My whole thing is that if you move Jordan Morgan to tackle, pardon me, if you move him to guard, you'll have the same Connor Williams argument. You'll be having that same Connor Williams argument we've been having for years. Like, hey, he's at guard. He's not powerful. He can move well. He can do some blocks, but he suck at others because he's not strong like that. Let's put him at tackle. And before you know it, Jordan Morgan playing center in Miami or some shit. So, and then we got Pro Football Network here. I'm gonna scroll real fast just to kind of see the Cowboys picks or whatnot, but Armarius Mims is my favorite pick of the day, but I'm just not sure if he could play left tackle. I'm going to ask somebody if he could play left tackle, and they're going to give us a really good answer. They're going to give us a really good answer. On the show, I'm going to ask somebody, can Armarius Mims play left tackle, and they're going to give us an answer. Stay tuned. Hit the sub button. Hit the like button. Graham Barton right behind him. It hurts, but I think Graham's going to be gone, man. Like, whenever Troy Fautanu went 36 overall, fuck y'all. That's what I be talking about. Troy Fautanu ain't going no damn 36. Let me see what the hell happened. How the hell? Chat, give me 2 seconds to kind of skim through this and figure out what happened. What up, coach? JJ McCarthy trading up. Vikings trading up to get JJ McCarthy is crazy. It's crazy. Bowers going 8th overall. Crazy. Bo Nix being drafted in the first 2 days. Crazy. Tyler Guyton going 13th overall. I see how at least I see what's happening now. Crazy. With 5 quarterbacks off the board already, the Raiders stand pat and take one of the top natural right tackles available in Tyler Guyton, shoring up their offensive line. Luke Easterling, huh? Latu, AD Mitchell goes 20. Dallas Turner somehow falls to 21. Kool-Aid McKinstry is not a first round pick. It's okay. David Hill, where you been? We've been looking at that. Hit the rewind. I got you. Chad Robinson, Brian. Tyler Newbin going before Latu. Not Latu. Him go. How the fuck did Jared Verse get the third? Cut the mock draft off. I don't want to see nothing else. Cut the mock draft off. What the phone's at? Cut the mock draft off. Cut the music down. Stop. Cut it off. Let me. Nuh-uh. Hell no. Who they think they fooling? No. Not gonna be able to do it. What's up, Lane?
What's up, Butch?
What's good with you, sir? What you got for the show?
Yeah, I was just calling in, seeing how you're doing with this draft season. Quick question.
Yes, sir.
So, the Kingsley kid from BYU.
Yes, sir.
I'm just seeing him going in the top 45, either the last few mocks he showed, San Francisco, Kansas City, that range, first round.
Mm-hmm.
How do you see him that far away from a guy like Blake Fisher from Notre Dame?
I think the first issue that we're gonna run into with this crop of offensive linemen is we got to figure out who's a right tackle, who's a left tackle, and who can do both. That's the first issue. Kingsley Sewell-Matea from BYU he's definitely athletic enough to do both, but he might be goofy that he don't know how to move left. You know what I'm saying? Blake Fisher, I know, can move left, but Kingsley's a much better athlete than him. Who has better tape? I mean, maybe Kingsley slightly have some better tape. Let me see if I can pull some film up for everybody right now. Kingsley Sewell-Matea is the right tackle from BYU for everybody that's going to be watching film with me. Kingsley has slightly better tape because I think he's a much better athlete, but his knee bend is bad. Blake Fisher's a guy who does what he does really well, but he doesn't have a skill set to do like a lot. So, me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of second tier tackles because I think if you're a tackle and you're good enough, then you'll just go first round. That's just my own personal opinion. It just seems this year that guys like Sewell-Matea, guys like Blake Fisher, guys like our guy from Yale, Kieran Amadilajah, right? It just seems like there's a lot of guys that can play tackle this year that just simply not going first round for you. So from a Cowboys perspective, sure, if you want to wait till the second round to possibly attack offensive tackle, you can. It's just that I would much rather take the first round right tackles than the second and third round right tackles. But Sewell-Matea and Fisher are fine players. I would just rather the guys that I got a little more faith in.
Right. I was just curious about like guys like Sewell-Matea and at tackle, Sewell-Matea is getting bumped up just because the athleticism and the stealing. I know you're more of a floor guy. I am a little bit too. Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, that also seems to be happening with wide receiver with Xavier Worthy. A couple other folks too. Troy Franklin. Just I don't know what it is. People just see the numbers on Franklin and they just assume he's great, but he's a twig. He's a twig that ran the Jalen Hyatt routes at Oregon a couple times that Bo Nix wasn't throwing 2 yards down the field. I mean,
yeah, I'm just not. I'm not a huge Franklin fan. Troy Franklin. There's just so many other wide receivers that I would rather have than him. I just don't see a whole bunch of dominance in how he wins. I think his offense manufactures a lot of his success. And of course, having the ability to run past people is cool, but teams have learned how to deal with guys running past people. So how do you win in other ways, right? For example, Troy Franklin can do more wide receiver things than like Malachi Corley. But Malachi Corley can do so much with just like a bubble or just a slant. You know what I'm saying? And if they try to take that away from Malachi Corley, they can't. You can take the deep ball away from Troy Franklin. There's a lot of things you can do to take a deep ball away from Troy Franklin. But you can't take away Leggett's physicality. You can't take away Ladd's route running. You can't take away Jalen Polk's hands, contested catches and things like that. You can't take away Keon Coleman's jump ball, right? I just think it's easy to take away run fast guy. And you're going to have to show me so much more. Because the problem with run fast guy is people want the next Tyreek Hill. But Tyreek Hill is a different type of sudden and quick. And he runs faster than all the other run fast guys. Troy Franklin ain't the fastest run fast guy in the world. And he's not as thick as Tyreek. So I'm just not the biggest Troy Franklin guy. There's a bunch of other wide receivers that I love. But I'm not huge on Franklin.
Yeah, it's just seems to be a weird dichotomy with this draft cycle where the offensive line and the wide receiver class is just good across the board. Mm-hmm. But these second and third tier guys are getting bumped up to where they definitely should not go.
Yeah,
teams are bad at drafting. It'll happen. Yeah. One or two of these guys will just go where we don't expect or don't think they deserve to go.
Yep.
And somebody like Keon Coleman will fall to round 3 for some reason. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. I feel you, brother. Appreciate you. Good call, man.
Hey, no problem.
Yep.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
John G in the chat. Pardon me. I mean, it's DMV, but I call people that are close to my life. I mean, I just call them by their real name. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what up, Brad? What up, Will? Brother Lawrence, Darius, John G. What up, E? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Voch, watch Kieran Ahmadillah from Yale. I watched him, but my problem with him, he does play well, but he plays versus, like, he's beating the hell out of the, pardon me. If you're going to be playing against Monmouth and Holy Cross and Princeton and them, I need to see you smoke the Princeton kids. Like, ridiculously smoking the Princeton kids, right? I need to see it. I don't need to see you having good fights. I don't need to see you messing around with the Wisconsin Whitewater kids. You know what I mean? I want to see you smoke those guys. Smoke the Monmouth kids. That Monmouth kid playing edge or whatever, that dude's going to stop playing football. He's going to be a mortgage loan processor somewhere. He's going to be a hedge fund manager or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see Kieran Ahmadillah block people that are going to play National Football League football. And I ain't see it. So Kieran Ahmadillah may be incredible. He may be fantastic. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he smokes the hell out of he smokes the hell out of these public defense attorneys and shit. These prosecutors. He's beating the shit out of them. Hey, look, he be running these prosecutors over. If he ever go to jail or gotta go to court, they gonna get his ass back. That's how they get him back. I'm gonna get this motherfucker life. What'd he do? He stole some lemon heads. He gonna get some get back for them grass things, my boy. Hey man, Kieran's a good athlete though. I just would rather. I think the worst thing that happened to him was him getting hurt and not being able to go to the Senior Bowl. That's my whole thing. If we would have got a chance to see Kieran Ahmadillah, what's his real name? I can't just keep calling him Kieran Ahmadillah. You know what I'm saying? Kieran Ahmadillah. Kieran Ahmadillah. I can't properly assess him until I see him play against real football players. D Park said he's gonna end up being a private investigator. Put some dope in his car. Hell yeah, lock that motherfucker up. D Shift, what's good? D Shift, hello. What's up, man? What you doing?
Man, it's gonna get real serious if I start telling you.
Huh?
So I just come out and say I said it was, man.
Man, it sounds like you're on the back of a motorcycle. It sounds like you're on the back of. It sounds like you're. It sounds like you're on the back of a motorcycle. Okay, I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
They vehicles. Vehicles and whatnot. They got motors. They cycle you around. But it's just a lawnmower, bro.
Oh, the lawnmower. Okay, I got you, man. Cutting the grass. I got you, my guy. What you got for the show, my guy?
Not much, man. No, I just very curious, man.
Take me off your Bluetooth. Take me off your Bluetooth. Take me off your Bluetooth. It's like it. All right, I'm gonna open the phone back up.
The conference has been unlocked.
I'm gonna open the phone back up. Shouts out to my boy cutting the grass though, man. It just sound like What up, Reek?
Okay, what's going on, Voch? How you doing?
Yeah, man, it was a lot. What's good with you, bro? Everything cool? What you got for me?
Me personally, man, I would hate to have to say no. I would hate to have to say goodbye to Dak Prescott and CD Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
But the Joneses don't value paying people money. I would take the picks. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I would just take the picks, man. It would hurt me to see both of them go like that. But at least I know they'll be able to go to somebody that's gonna value them and get them the money that they asking for.
They'll be in a better place.
Yeah, they'll be in a definitely better place than Dallas. They'll be valued.
Yeah.
But it would set us up for the future, though.
Yeah.
Picks like that would set us up for the future. Then, the Joneses, they love their picks. And they love to be able to dibble and dabble in the draft. Give them what they want. Then the players get what they want. So I'll be cool with something like that. But I ain't gonna lie, man. It would hurt because I cannot stand no damn Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I cannot stand no Pittsburgh Steelers at all.
Yeah.
And to see CD Lamb in them colors, oh my God! I know some of these Steelers fans. I got a couple of Steelers friends. Oh, they would rub that in.
Yeah.
And but as far as that going to Las Vegas, it would hurt me to see him go, but I would love to see him in Las Vegas. I ain't gonna hold you. I would. But other than that, man, the Joneses have to figure out something because they're gonna have to try to put this team together the best way they know how. And it's gonna have to be through the draft, and maybe they should do some of the. We have compensatory picks this year, right? We have a couple of those, right?
Yeah.
They need to figure out how to do that thing that they did last year, as far as with Cook and Gilmore. They need to do that again. Try to do that again with some other players that can help this team, but also draft well, and also by the time the trade deadline comes along, let's let them go get somebody else with that 4th round pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put somebody on this team that's going to help us now.
Yeah.
Instead of just making bad moves like that. I didn't like that move.
Yeah.
But they made it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's all I have for the show, though, Voch.
Appreciate you, Reed. Good call, bro. And listen, man.
The conference has been locked.
When I say Dak will be in a better place, I 100% agree. That's not me being hyperbolic or anything like that. There's a part of me that here are our comp picks, by the way. Well, just our picks in general: 24, 56, 87, 174, 216, 223, and 244. I just think the Cowboys deserve. Pardon me, Cowboy fans, and the front office really. We deserve Vinny Testaverde, bro. We deserve Drew Henson. We deserve Cooper Rush. Like, we just deserve Trey. We deserve it, man. I think, we just need to go back into the Stone Age for a couple of years, and just have a reset. Because then maybe we'll be grateful for a quarterback or whatever. But man, they hate you and they love you and they hate you again, bro. It's a cycle. The picks would be cool, but man, give me the MVP quarterback. Like, you got those picks because teams are looking for MVP quarterbacks, bro. They're looking for MVP quarterbacks, bro. And I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Dak needs to try his luck with a bottom half offensive line. Dak threw too many picks. Well, Dak has led the number one offense with a 32nd pass rush win rate. Like, this wasn't that far away. This was not that far away. This was really recent. This is really recent, man. Dak has been on offenses, right? Like, number one offense, top 5 offenses, right? Chat, y'all remember we led the league in drops that time. You remember us being 32nd in pass rush win rate. Y'all remember this. Y'all remember rolling Allen Hurns and Deontay Thompson out there. Y'all remember this? You remember what the offensive play calling was up to week 7 last year. Y'all remember this. People love to say, oh, well, Dak has had stacked teams. These teams have been stacked. We couldn't even run the ball last year, bro. If you ask anybody, hey, man, what do we got to do to win a playoff game around here? Dak haters going to point straight to quarterback. But any other time, they're going to say run the football. They're going to say play defense. What they say? Run game that travels and defense that travels. We couldn't do run game or defense at home. Did you hear what I said?
Did you hear what I said?
Trip Aces says, Voch, love you, but it's the playoffs that we care about. It's the playoffs I'm talking about. It's the playoffs that I'm talking about. Every quarterback that played in the playoffs this year, Baker, Jalen, Jared, Brock, Pat, Josh, Lamar, Trevor Lawrence ain't made the playoffs. I apologize. That was the year before that. Every quarterback in the playoffs last year, they had this acclimation period that they had to get over. They'll have a goofy first quarter, a weird second quarter, but what happens is the defense bought you some time. The defense bought those quarterbacks time, and the run game opened up everything else. The Cowboys defense didn't buy anybody anytime. The run game didn't open up shit. Kid Cowboy 66 says pick 6. Hey, that's cute, but if you look at Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl, he didn't have a terribly good first half. And the first thing he did coming out of the third quarter, he threw the ball to the other team, San Francisco. He threw the ball right to San Francisco coming out of the half. But his defense bought him some time. And he was able to come back. They ran the football. They threw the football. They do their thing. Being down by 20 points at the half is... your ass don't hate Dak Prescott that much. Listen, I don't mind anybody, being critical of Dak, but you don't hate Dak Prescott that damn much. Psh. Jordan Love tore us up. I don't even want to say. I might get demonetized. There was no hope for any kind of comeback neither because they just kept scoring. I'm not trying. I ain't hearing that. Big A up next, and we're going to end off with JR because he's the best. What up, Big A?
What up, Voch? How you been doing, bro?
Man, everything's good, bro. So why the cop? What's happening with you?
Man, you've been preaching to the choir right there. I ain't gonna front. You really have.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying, bro. Appreciate you, man. I'm trying, bro.
Every last one of Dak's playoff losses, it's because the defense folded or you didn't have a running game. Every last one. I feel stupid for the fact that it took me this long to realize they're just cheap.
Yeah, sure.
They're just cheap.
Sure.
We've been going. We're jumping through like a million hoops trying to figure out why is this front office not doing this or that. They're cheap.
Yeah.
They're cheap. The only time anyone gets a contract there is if only time anyone gets a contract or rightfully gets paid is they either got to hold them over a barrel and force them to get their money, or they get them on they're able to get them on a cheap deal where they're massively underpaid for like 5-6 years. That's how they run. That's just how they do it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I understand, bro. I understand.
Going towards. I'm sorry. It's like,
No, please.
a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All I was gonna say is that when the Cowboys go against other teams, those teams are already competitive with them. But when we hit the offseason, the Cowboys either stay neutral or go backwards, and all these other teams do everything in their power to improve or whatever. That's all I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I agree. Like I said, I agree with that. But once again, the reason why they're cheap. Mm-hmm. They are cheap.
Yeah.
Their whole belief system, that's literally every last one of their moves. They're cheap. Their whole thing is, if we can get this really talented player.
The conference has been unlocked.
Because their whole thing is weirdly big on their whole thing is big on I got to win every deal. Mm-hmm. Instead of hey, let's build a good roster. This is how they are. That's what it is. But going towards the draft, personally speaking, I just feel like, granted, I know it's a lot of holes. They're more likely not going to fill all these holes. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I'm just going to go into this draft hoping that they take best player available.
Sure.
And just let it fall and let the roster slowly form from there.
Yeah.
So there are still free agents out there.
Sure.
They can still get dudes. They can still figure this thing out. They can still sort it out somehow.
Yeah.
Don't pigeonhole yourself into a position.
Right.
I know people really like Tyler Guyton, and I have nothing against Tyler Guyton, but if there's a higher rated player on your board than Tyler Guyton that falls to you at 24, take him. Or if you have a chance to fall back a little bit and pick up an extra pick, do that. I don't care. Just fill your roster up a little bit better.
Sure.
But we'll see how it goes.
Sure. Hey man, appreciate you. Good call. Even though I would love to meet these people that love Tyler Guyton. Now, I've seen people that like Tyler Guyton, but boy, I just got to have a conversation with these people that love Tyler Guyton, because I just don't see how you look at them traits and just love Tyler Guyton. Hey y'all, it's 4:10 and I had the phones locked, but it's still kind of early. So if y'all want to call in, I can bring y'all in. We can run the phones a little bit more. It's been a while since I've been live, man. So y'all go ahead and call back in. The number will be on the screen whenever we get there. So don't worry about it. JR, what up? What's good, bro?
What's good, baby?
What's happening with you?
It feels so good to be home.
Finally.
Finally breathe.
It's been a minute, JR. How you been, man? I haven't heard from you in a while.
Being around the world and they still Cowboys hating. You know how it is, baby. You know what I'm saying? They gonna love it.
I
got you. Got you.
Now, it's some people, and there's some people when they talk about these drafts. There's some folks sound like my other man, content creator off the East Coast, talking about that. Dak is trash. We done with that. Look at him. He's throwing pick sixes left and right. He's trash. We done with that. You know what I'm saying? They sound like him. You know what I'm talking about? And it's like, hey, look. We got a potential perennial top 5 quarterback every year. Yeah. Now, albeit, you know what I'm saying, Dak got his flaws, he got his faults. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But I'm going to be 100 with you. I'm going to just be 100 with you. Sure. Okay? All right? Now, you know what I'm saying? My assistant is in the back room, so she can't hear this, but you know what I'm talking about. If I had Beyonce, okay, all right, she on the road all the time. I probably see her 2 times a year. I'm not trading Beyonce for my assistant. She can hear me out. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
I got you. Hey, that's a hell of a trade-off, man. I mean, I mean, your assistant gonna have to understand shit. That's. But I feel you. Go ahead. I feel you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Now, at the same time, we got to make room, baby.
Yeah.
And you know who we got to make room for.
Who's that?
Because you know who coming next year in the draft. Now, okay.
I don't.
Now, I understand. Now, you got some people that got 2 and 3 Ferraris in that garage, but you can only drive one at a time. All right? Now, if we come down to it, baby, the numbers got to make sense.
Yeah.
Now, if you got a Ferrari right now,
right,
but that Ferrari got an old date on it, and you got a new one coming down the line, 2025, hitting the draft, top 5 pick, you know what you got to do, baby. Yeah. Now, at the same time, we bring that Ferrari in, okay? He got to have another Ferrari to throw it to, okay? We lost Michael Gallup. I like the player, love the young man. He's a good young man. He did his darn job until injuries overcame him. All right?
Yeah.
Can we replace a Michael Gallup? I believe we already did in number 18, Jalen Tolbert. If you go back and look at the tape, he made crucial plays to extend drives. The numbers weren't there, but look at the plays and the quality of the plays and the timing of the plays when we needed them. All right? I think we found that replacement.
So, Coach, let me ask you a question. Coach, listen, Coach, let me ask you a question. So I feel like, when Dak is throwing the football to Jalen Tolbert is cool because I feel like Dak has the pedigree that can elevate a young wide receiver. But do you think that your son would be able to elevate him the same kind of way, or would you want to draft a dog to go along with him just to make sure that your son has the best opportunities in his offense?
Now, Voch, let me ask you a question now. I ain't going to ask you a question with your question. You already asked a question, but I'm just going to ask you a question, all right? Now, you down there in the big city.
Yes, sir.
You know it's plenty of people down there that are mid-grade, low-grade, high-grade.
Yeah.
If you are a mid-grade young man, 9 to 5, you might got a couple of J's in your closet. Sure. You go and you rent that drop-top BMW and pull down now Westheimer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many eyeballs going to be on? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
all right?
Plenty of them.
Now, when you're talking about a Shadur Sanders, Shadur is that drop-top BMW, that Ferrari, that McLaren, that Scatback. All right, I could go down the list, but you're going to drop a bag on them. That's number one. Number two, you're going to pick them high because ain't no low. The ceiling is the flow, and the flow is the ceiling, and we're going to the sky, baby. That's all I got to say. You make room for a Shadur because not only is he going to make your young guy better, okay, he going to make your veteran to the Hall of Fame, all right? Bring in a Shadur with a CD. We passed the first round, baby. We are past the first round. You see them legs on the Shadur Sanders. Now, I love that, but do you see the legs on the Shadur Sanders? I'm not even talking about how he throws the goddamn ball. Just the legs. He can make the play, extend the play, get you down in the distance, all right? All you need to do now, find a left tackle that's going to protect him on that side while he's looking at CD Lamb. You do that, you pass the first round, baby. That's all you need. That's all you need because he's going to get there, do his darn job. He's going to play hard, tough, fast football, and he's going to make your young guys better because he got good work ethic. You know he come from good stock, baby. You see what I'm saying? And I'm setting up for something here because who is Dak's guy? McCarthy. You get rid of a Dak, you don't have a McCarthy. Now, who's going to fill that role? And I'm going to leave you on that. Prime, baby.
That ain't no bull junk, man. Appreciate you, Coach. Hey.
The conference has been locked.
What he said, like Shadur driving down. What he said? Shadur in that Cyber truck. Did you see him? What he said? He said, you can't be in the Tesla and pull up next to a Lambo and get in a wreck with a Maybach. What he said? He said something. Yeah, man. I've been seeing that floating around Shadur Sanders. That Dion would only allow him to go to a handful of places. I don't think the Cowboys gonna lose enough games to get there, but that's my own thing. I don't know. Cowboys ain't gonna lose enough games to get Shadur Sanders. Not gonna be able to do it. Theo, what up?
What's up, Brother Voch? How was your vacation, sir?
Man, the key word in vacation is to vacate, and I was very much so vacant. So I enjoyed it, got a lot of rest, but I also kept working though because it's draft season and you never really stop working. You know, I'm just doing collabs with I don't know, like Brian Brothers. You know, it's you have to be ready when Titans come to your channel. There's a lot more Titans, that's on the way. So I was working on my vacation, but it was a good vacation. So I appreciate you for asking.
Awesome. It was good to hear. I have a draft question. It's more of a draft scenario question for you.
Please, sir.
And it's one that I'm kind of stuck in a debate with on Twitter with a bunch of the Cowboy fans.
Yes, sir.
And that's this whole requirement or desire to draft a guy like Guyton or Mims, who I think is unproven and ready to switch over to the left tackle side, over a guy like, say, Powers, Barton, and maybe even a Morgan, who I think are better rated guys at the interior line positions, and moving Tyler Smith out to left tackle if need be. me personally, I'm more of a BPA guy. When I'm doing these mock drafts and stuff, if I get wiped out at tackle and I get wiped out at guard, I'm taking Cooper DeJean. So that's just to give you an idea of my concept of what to do in a draft. If I can't secure the middle, to me, that's the most important part, is the offensive line is the center, and then work your way out to the tackle. When you have a guy like Tyler Smith that we saw could play tackle and do it at a high level, and then we have a guy like TJ Bass that we saw can play a adequate starter level left guard until we can get another guard to replace him. As long as we have that strong, secure center to maintain the continuity of the line and call the right line shifts and stuff like that, it just works better. I just remember the Travis Frederick days where it was just a better offensive line starting from the inside out. Can you tell me what you think you would do in that situation? Would you go with a Morgan, a Barton, or a Powers over, say, a Mims, a Guyton, or a Latham? Can you tell me where you have those guys?
So I think of all those players, I think Graham Barton is the best of them. I would love for him to come play center for me. I don't necessarily want to move Tyler Smith, and that's where we're kind of in a pickle here. I think Tyler is a phenomenal left guard, and I've been saying this for a while. This ain't me being told you so guy, but Duke Manyweather, who's king offensive line, he went on Twitter yesterday, and he got into a couple shouting matches with some of these characters, and he was basically saying that Tyler Smith is a phenomenal guard, but he's a cool tackle. If I said that, did you hear what I said?
You hear what I said?
But I think when people saw Tyler Smith do better than expected at left tackle, that they think that both of the positions are comparable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tyler did better than expected at left tackle, but I don't think Tyler's going to roll out the bed a Pro Bowl, All-Pro left tackle. Tyler Smith can be the best guard in the league. I already think he's the best guard on this football team. I already think that. And I think with a Super Bowl win, Tyler Smith can be a Hall of Fame type guard. That's just how I feel. I'm not being hyperbolic here because I'm honest about my offensive line talk, because people come to me and they listen for it, right? So I'm not being hyperbolic here.
I 100% agree with that. Appreciate
you. So if anything, I wouldn't want to move Tyler for some of the same reasons I really wouldn't want to move Zach. If it's an emergency, then yeah, you move Tyler and Zach. But those dudes ain't moving unless it's like DEFCON 1. You know what I'm saying? As far as
But my problem is,
please go ahead.
My problem is I don't think there's going to be any left tackles that will be on the level of a Tyler Smith moving to left tackle that we've already seen. They're waiting for us at 24. I can see better people like a Jordan Morgan or a Samuel Tuia from BYU moving into guard and being as good as maybe a rookie Tyler Smith at guard was.
I think if you put Morgan and Kingsley Suamatea at guard, just so you can put Tyler at left tackle, I think you're sabotaging both those positions, and they're going to come with bumps in the road. To where if you put Tyler at guard, then you just only have to figure out left tackle. You only have to figure out left tackle at that point. And I think Kingsley can play left tackle. I think Jordan Morgan can play left tackle. And I talked to a little birdie that's in the building over there. The Cowboys view Jordan Morgan as a guard and not a tackle. Okay. So if Jordan Morgan's going to be playing guard, he's not even going to be in the conversation for me. If I can get Jordan Morgan and they play him at left tackle, then we can boogie. But Jordan Morgan playing guard is like Connor Williams playing guard to me, and I don't want to do that. As far as Armarius Mims go, and I just played some of his film there, I actually think Mims is ready to go right now. I think he's fresh out the box, ready to go right now, and he is
at left tackle, switching from right tackle.
Hey, I think he's athletic enough to do it. I think he can move around enough to do it. Plus, I don't think he's so dug into right tackle right now that he can't go to left tackle. I think that's the one benefit to Armarius Mims that plays to our advantage. Him being, not very experienced or whatever, right? I think I need to write that question. I think that's a good question. I'm gonna write that down and ask somebody. I think the fact that Armarius Mims hasn't played a whole bunch of right tackle, I think that projects well for us that he could possibly play left, because it ain't like he got a whole bunch of reps at right tackle neither. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's athletic enough to play both. I think Mims has the best pedigree out of all those guys, and I think Mims has beaten, not just played against, I think he's beaten the best competition out of all those guys. I don't think Tyler Guyton's all that good in general, but we'll see. He
scares me. Guyton scares me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he has the frame to hold up at left tackle. He reminds me of a really skinny Tyler
Guyton?
Smith. Yeah, Guyton, it seems skinny to me. Like his base is small to me compared to like a Mims or even Kingsley or some of the other guys, or even Latham. Like compare Latham to him.
Yeah,
their
Latham
body types are just so different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
I kind of worry about that at left tackle, because I feel like that's going to be our power side more now with Tyler Smith being there. So I feel like you want to pair another bigger tackle with him there, in the case that you would with any other year that you didn't have Tyron Smith before.
Sure.
With a bigger right tackle with Zach Martin, that would be your power side. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel you. Huh. We'll talk about it. We will definitely talk about it. Appreciate you, Theo. Good call, and keep fighting on social medias, man. It's entertaining to see everybody fighting over offensive line, because people normally don't do that. Appreciate you, man. Somebody asked me what I think, or pardon me, somebody asked me, do I think Patrick Paul is good? Yeah, man, I love Patrick Paul. He's one of my favorite. April Fools.
That's false. No way. Not this time. We created it.
Just for context here, Tyler Guyton at the combine, he weighed in at he was 6'7", 322 pounds, 10-inch hands and 34-inch arms or whatnot, right? So I think Tyler Guyton got enough size. I just don't think he's good enough at football right now. Now he can develop, because he has tools to, he has tools that can make it easier to kind of speed up his, deficiencies or whatever. But I would rather take a dude that has beat up on SEC talent, that beat up on Kingsley Sewell-Matea, that beat up on some of these pass rushers that I hold in high regard. I would rather take that dude than Tyler Guyton, That's my opinion, though. That's my own opinion. Only thing that scares me about Tyler Guyton is the switch to left tackle. Okay. I feel you. Patrick Paul ain't good though, man. I don't know where y'all get. I don't know where y'all getting this. I be seeing people always say, "Yo, Voch, you think we should get Patrick Paul in the second round?" No,
it's false.
What you gonna do that for? But anyway, we got one more call. We're gonna get him in and get up out of here. Read some supers. 917. What's up? Who this?
What's going on? What up, Voch? This is nice. What's going on?
What's happening, King? What you got for the show?
Ain't nothing, man. I think a lot of what you said, it's my first time calling. I think a lot of what you said, you hit a nail on the head. But whether you like Dak or not, if he ain't there, then you rebuilding no matter how you cut the cake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it real. We only asked Dak to do a couple things. Because if we knew he was capable of more, well, we only asked him to do a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
Win the division. Did he do that? Of course he did. We asked him to throw fewer interceptions. Did he do that?
Yeah.
Of course he did. So in the playoffs, whether it's home game or away game, the two strongest things you want to have weapon-wise, of course you want to have a quarterback that's capable, of course.
Sure.
But we've seen lesser quarterbacks do more if they had a running game and we could at least stop the run.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
I think what we need to do is we need to get, maybe in the third round, if you fall to us, after we get our O-lineman out the way, I think the wide receiver from Florida State, I think he's a quick fix. because he can easily step in for where Gallup is going to not be there. I think that's CD Lamb's cousin, so he's going to know how to work right away. And if we can't keep Cooks, we probably won't have him next year. Immediately, he steps into the number 2 receiver. Immediately. That's an immediate fix. I think we need to get Gilmore because we really need to see what we have with Bland, Gilmore, and Diggs. We are owed that. And maybe sometimes you have to stop the run that'll help the pass, but maybe people be scared to pass the ball and they run, and that would help out also. So either way, I think we need to see what we got if we can get Gilly. And I don't think we fall. I mean, even at mediocre, I think we win the division. Steve, that's 6 games. I think even our cut and paste team is better than the teams that we got in our division. So I think we don't have to go too far to make sure Dak is going to have to stay in our warehouse, or then don't complain for the next couple years when we have to cut and paste these people because all of these other pieces are leaving. Simple like that, man. That's all I got, Voch. What you think?
Hey, man, listen, I said this a bunch, and first of all, nice, fantastic points by you. I just put you down platinum, but it's just gonna take for Dak Prescott to leave for people to really understand what he does for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just I feel like if you have a franchise quarterback, it's not guaranteed that you're gonna win with him just because he's a franchise quarterback. But if you have if you have go ahead.
You act like Aaron Rodgers went a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
He ain't go that much times.
Yeah.
Drew Brees ain't go that much times. Like, what we talking about here?
Yeah. Yeah.
What we talking about?
Yeah.
You're giving a lot of props to a lot of people that's been to the show one time. And let's not act like the playoffs didn't have to go through Green Bay to get there. Everybody just happened to go through Green Bay to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to start holding people accountable? Act like a real fan and act like you know football for once. Let's talk turkey. If you don't have Dak, what you got? What you got? Another rookie? Trey Lance couldn't even win. You act like Trey Lance is a fix. How you know? He ain't winning San Francisco, did he? And we already had it in our mind that San Francisco's the only team we have to go through. Let's talk turkey. We didn't even see Green Bay. That's why we was up in arms like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Pardon my French. What's really going on? You know what I'm saying? So in a nutshell, how much longer do you want to wait if you're complaining about Dak and he had an MVP season? Damn. We spoiled for real for some team that hasn't won. And I've been a fan longer than a lot of these fans that's texting and calling in. I was born in 81, kid. I watched all our 3 Super Bowls. But what else you got? A lot of people complaining and immediately they want to go here, go there. MVP means that he was number 1 or number 2 in the league, no matter how you cut the cake. You know our coaching might have lost us some games. Our lack of running the football lost us some games. Our inability for Dan Quayle, who seems that Dan Quinn thing now that he's trying to take everybody and go to Washington, or I'm like, maybe he didn't make those adjustments on purpose. Whatever. I ain't never seen nobody have probably the most athletic person on defense and misuse him. Like in football terms, did you think you were going to make him a defensive lineman and people wasn't at least going to run away from him? Mm-hmm. What you think?
Yeah.
He's a linebacker. He came from, it used to be linebacker U.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Now we got a linebacker now, and he said he's willing to take less money to come here. That's a start.
Yep.
Everybody's going to have to sacrifice a little bit.
Yep.
But it's going to start from a franchise quarterback.
Yep.
The only reason why we're not talking about Dak more, of course, because we want him to win more. Yep. But if he's only 1 Super Bowl appearance from being the rest of these quarterbacks and 1 Super Bowl away from being in the same echelon of these quarterbacks, why would you want to start over now? Why now?
Plus, you have Dak, right? But you would probably be much more upset if you had like Trevor Lawrence and he hasn't done nothing for you, or Justin Herbert and he hasn't done nothing. You'd be much more upset with those guys than having Dak and what he's done. And some people saying, but Vaj, Dak's 8 years in, but Dak been going to the playoffs since he was here, since he got here. You know what I'm saying? Like Dak's been perennial
since he got here.
Yeah.
Since he got here, it's no question that you don't even think about the division for real.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even think about it. So if you know you could take 6 games and work off the 6 games, you know off the 6 games you might could get 4. You got to at least get 4.
Mm-hmm.
And we in. Come on, man. You can't tell me that it's all on Dak and then you can't make it seem like we can still win now and you giving away an MVP. I never seen it before.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man. Fantastic call, brother. I just put you down the system as nice. Next time you call in, you are going to the front, sir. Great call. Appreciate you.
That's 100, my man. Appreciate you. 100.
Appreciate you. I love the first time callers, man. Somebody in the chat, when I was saying I ain't like Guyton or Patrick Paul or something like that, somebody in the chat was saying that when we drafted Tyler Smith, I don't like Tyler Smith, or I thought Tyler Smith was bad or something like that. Can y'all come to the front? Can you announce yourself? Whichever one of y'all was like, oh, Voch said that Tyler Smith wasn't good. Can y'all announce? Can y'all come to the front? Because I found an old video of me talking about Tyler Smith. I don't know what it's gonna say. I was just looking around. You know what I'm saying? But I just found this video where I said Cowboys draft philosophy and Tyler Smith breakdown before he even played a snap for the Cowboys. I found that video. I just wanted to play it. Jonathan Mendoza said that was me. All right, cool. So I just want to play this just to hear me retrospectively, just to hear what I had to say about Tyler Smith. I don't even remember what I said. It was so long ago, but let's just see what I said.
Tyler Smith can smoke people right now.
All right, fuck off. We'll let it run for a little bit. Let's see what I said. Let's see.
Of his size and his length, and coaches go, okay, if you give me a dude with size and length, I can build him. I can teach you how to do. That's a project. Tyler Smith can smoke people right now.
Sure could.
He just got to put his hands in the right place.
Sure did.
Tyler Smith lines up day one smoking people right now. He just.
Yo, that ain't AI, dog. Hey, that ain't AI, bro. Hey, dog. Dog. That's not AI. That is not AI. Yo, listen. Listen, dog. Yo, look. I may have been a Kobe Dean fan. I may have been a fan of like another player or something. I may have advocated for somebody here or there, but I don't think I ever said Tyler Smith was bad. I don't think I ever said that. I don't think I ever said no goofy shit like that. I don't know, man. I just had to go back and look for that. Let's just read Supers or something. Let's read Supers so we can get up out of here. Let's just read Supers so we can get up out. The O-line guy. Let's just read Supers so we can get up out of here. Humbly, respectfully. All right. Let's just read Supers. Let's just read Supers so we can get up out of here. You got me. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate you, man. I just wanted to run it. Supers. Hey, man, I love to do this, man. This is my favorite thing to do. Well, it's like my second favorite. Where Nate at? It's like my 6th favorite thing to do in the world, man. But I like to do it. Let's see. YouTube Studio. Here we go. Supers. What's today? Oh, it's April 1st. April 1st. There we go. We them boys dropped to 5, and he says he don't like the Cowboys. Lack of free agency moves for O-line means we're drafting O-line at 24. No more first round receiver fantasies. It's April. Well, there's a couple of ways we can approach that. Just because you don't get a wide receiver in the first round doesn't mean that it's bad receivers for the rest of the way. I think that there's so many good receivers that I think you'll be fine getting one of those dudes in day 2 if that's the case. But I don't think that your lack of free agency has stopped you from doing anything. I think just like normal, the Cowboys will attempt to go BPA in the first round, and they'll just kind of fill needs, elsewhere. Because look, in their mind, hey, drafting Austin Richards, that's our contingency plan for left tackle. Like, that's their idea. Plus, there's the idea that after June 1st or after the comp pick formula doesn't matter anymore, then that's when they're gonna go and make their runs. So, hey, man, let's just say, for example, right, if the Cowboys sign Bakhtiari, right? Let's just say that they sign Bakhtiari, then you'll feel better about the left tackle position. You know what I'm saying? I just think that they're just waiting around, whatever they're waiting for. They're waiting around to make their move, man. They're just waiting around to make their move. But appreciate you. That ain't no AI, Playboy. That ain't no AI. I actually, hold on, let me go back. Let me show y'all how fat I was back here, man. Let me show y'all. I mean, I'm still pudgy as hell. That's kind of what I want. I'm still kind of pudgy as hell. I'm gonna show you. I don't even look like this no more. I don't even look like that no more. I don't even look like that no more, dog. I don't even look like that no more. Anyway, long time ago. Long time ago. Remo dropped a deuce and says, how you feel about a Duran trade? For what? We need him. We need Duran Bland. But I was talking to Will about this. If you want to get picks back for any of your players, you just can't be the dude that's going, all right, bro, I'm trading Nashawn Wright for a 3rd round pick. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna trade somebody, you got to be realistic. So if you have a trade piece or somebody that's trading that you would trade that's worth a pick back, Duran Bland would be one of them. Osa would be one of them. Guys like that. CD Lamb be one of them. But I'd rather hold on to him because in the Super Bowl window you need him. Cool Hand Lou dropped the 5. Appreciate you. Like Mason Grand training day. Why the fuck is your backup? He was talking about my internet. Y'all ain't no good, man. Look, man, my internet ain't gave y'all no problem since we got back, man. Relax. Then AA Ron dropped the 5 and says, if I do the trade of 4 and 88, that's Dak and CD Lamb, I'm taking Marvin Harrison Jr. at 5 and get the quarterback next year. Build the team first. Marvin Harrison and CD Lamb be crazy. If I can make a better point on that, AA Ron, if I'm at 5 and Marvin's probably going, I'm taking Malik Neighbors right there. Cause now when you have a new quarterback, like a young quarterback, now you got 2 yak guys. You got a D-Bog, well, Brandon Cook's gonna be gone, but you got a yak guy in CD Lamb, you got a yak guy in Malik Neighbors. See, Marvin Harrison ain't really yak guy. He's more of a possession guy. They say he's a 4-3 runner. I don't see 4-3 in his future. I don't see Marvin Harrison being 4-3 guy. I can see Malik Neighbors being 4-3 guy. So I don't know. We'll see. My bad. My mic good. Check. Check. My mic good. Let me know if my mic good. You're not getting 2 first rounds for CD Lamb? No. You're not getting 2 first rounds. AA Ron said I do. Oh, okay, cool. Gotcha. Let me hit refresh. My mic is good. Appreciate you. All right. Is Marcus Harrison in the building? Is Marcus Harrison anywhere in the building? Is he here? Hey, y'all know we still. Let me see what I got for y'all. Let me see. All right, here we go. Going broke, killers in a panic. Selling dope, they can send the pallet. Young killers, city full of talent. You testified. Hate to see it happen. You testified. Hate to see it happen. How about this? Like I won't drop the location. You know I got PTSD. Boy, F the big three. It's just big me.
You hear what I said?
Both those lines came from the latest Future album. The first one was the Rick Ross verse on Everyday Hustle. Rick Ross went crazy on that. And then of course y'all caught the Kendrick reference there. Kendrick went ridiculous on his, and it was fully talked about on the internet. But do not sleep on Rick Ross's verse on Everyday Hustle. Him and Future went crazy. Chat, love y'all to pieces, man. Appreciate y'all for being here. We're gonna have a little bit of a story time. Not today. Maybe I'll have it on Patreon first. We got a bit of a story time to tell. Maybe tell on the Patreon first, but I'll tell it here when people start asking and shit, then we'll tell it here or whatever, right? But big things are on the horizon. Good things are on the way. Blessings are afoot. My entire career, and I promise you, it just like clockwork, it just happens. Something happens and you expect something else, then something better happens when that something else don't happen. It always happens that way, you know? And the thing that you was doing is never as good as the next thing that happens. I just knew I was going to be working at that hospital the rest of my life, but I'm going to get promoted. And you're making improvements, you know? Then another thing happens, then Yahoo calls. Then another thing happens, Volume calls. Another thing happens, Bleacher Report calls. And then we got this other project that we're working on with some, I can't even say it. You know what I'm saying? So one day we're going to tell a story. I'm going to tell it on Patreon first. And I'm going to come in here if y'all remember. But boy, I just want to let y'all know, man, when you think something strange is happening, 9 times out of 10, it ain't always necessarily something strange. It's just a necessary change in order for you to reach your next level, okay? Because boy, I got a next level that's on the way. You know what I'm saying? I got a next level that's coming. I got to be patient though. But it's just my nerves get bad because I'm impatient. You know what I'm saying? But just things on the way, bro. Things on the way. For me and Will Steele. Y'all know I love Will Steele to pieces. Things are on the way, bro. And y'all be sure to follow him on his channel, A to Z Dallas in the morning, 8:30 to 10:30. And y'all follow me at Voch Lombardi on all my platforms, VOCHLOMBARDI. All right, y'all hold down with the Doski Wilson, peace, squeezy. Till next time, I need to find a way to have a little outro, man, because I be wanting to do a little outro, but I don't have the buttons. I don't have the buttons to just do the outro that I want to. You know what I'm saying? So what really happens is in situations like this, when I don't have an outro, I really just look in the camera. I just say bye. Like that's all I really got, you know? Yeah, I can't just hit the goddamn. I ain't got a button. I ain't got.
Snake, are you okay?
Bye. Round table next week.